Howdy everybody, my name is the Brandt. Welcome to Step into the Portal, and on this video I wanted to give you a deck list of my deck that I played at our store Provisional at the Portal in Manchester, Connecticut. Thanks to Ochaco Games for letting me have a Provisional tournament there. And this is my Ochaco Uraraka Death deck, Ochaco 2, that placed in 4th. And I wanted to kind of run you through this deck. I'm going to go through in a little different order than sometimes I see other people. I'm going to go with actually the set 3 cards first, and I'll put my set 2 and set 1 cards in to kind of run you through that. So let me go down here to the table. I've got my Uraraka mat that I got at Gen Con there as well, so we'll put her up here. Ochaco. If you're not familiar with her, she's a 5 hand sizer with 33 health. I played her on the death symbol. She also has air and chaos. And she has a once per turn response. If your attack deals damage, you can put it back in your hand, and your next check to play an attack gets +2. So that's really good for recurring and for ignoring progressive difficulty. She also can, on defense, commit to decrease the speed of an attack by 3. So just hoping to block 1 and not take as much damage with the 33 health. And then every attack she can enhance to get +2 speed. So she's coming in fast, furious, and hot. So for set 3 cards, the first one here, I've got 4 copies of Hulking Grimace. This is the new Nomu attack card. And yeah, on her it becomes a 7-speed mid for 10 damage, that if they block, you get to draw another card. You have to be a 5 hand sizer to trigger this, so that's what makes her work so well. It also seals their foundation in case of that, and it is a fury attack. So that is a pretty awesome card, pretty amazing for getting damage on, forcing them to block something, even if it's at 7 speed, and then setting up your other attacks. I also had 3 copies of Stun Grenade, and this was the MVP card for sure. I actually only own 3 copies, so I would definitely look to get a 4th copy of Stun Grenade. It's a 4 mid for 4. It's only a 4 difficulty. Oh, by the way, the Hulking Grimace is a 6, so you're doing a lot better if you play an attack, get it to deal damage, then drop this at a +2 to your check. This has everything on it. So it's got Powerful 2, it's got Stun 1, and then it's got an Enhance that increases its stun for every card that's left your card pool. So obviously, on Bakugo, that's going to do even better, where he's getting a lot of cards to leave, but I'm just getting 1 card to leave, and then I'm raising this to Stun 2 when I play it. It also lets you discard 3 cards and put a Fury attack into your deck, and you'll see that all my cards are Fury, so that's really strong. So then next up was this card, Window Shopping, from set 3 that I put in 4 copies of as a 2 foundation. And Window Shopping is a 5 difficulty. It's a 3 mid block, so again, I'm really just trying to decrease speed and block something to take less damage, so it's not terrible given that it's mid, but obviously 3 is no good otherwise. So the form on this is I can flip it and reveal the top card of my deck, and I can play that card as my next form. So I've got my deck, I look, I flip, I decide, oh, that's going to be a 5 check, so I'll leave it there, or hey, that's going to be a Stun Grenade, I'll play that. And especially, it's basically card draw if I'm out of cards or decision space otherwise. So really, really strong. It also has an Shoji Enhance to gain dupli arms counters, and I'm not using it for that at all. It's just really for the card draw and or look at the top of my deck. Snack Time is an amazing card. This goes so well with this whole speed enhance. So you can discard a card from your hand, and you can give an attack +1 speed and stun 1. So it's amazing to have 2 of these in play and just be able to discard 2 cards, add 2 speed +2. So suddenly this is a 9 speed with stun 2, or on this card, just get enough speed that they go, okay, I'll just take the damage. So that was kind of the idea there. So Snack Time is an amazing card with death, comboing up with this. I imagine it would work well in Nomu too. Nomu as well. All right, and then I put 2 copies of Battle Arena. This backfired a little bit against me when I played against Sero, which was the one the character I couldn't beat, because giving him more for his tape swings, more momentum. But this gives, if you deal damage, you get a momentum, which was great, because you'll see I have some EX cards or powerful cards. And it makes a check, it gives a check +2. So that initial check on something like Hulking Grimace or something else, if I check a 3, boom, this becomes a 5. So it's kind of like getting 2 foundations down in a 5-hander, which was really good. So those are the set 3 cards that I figured I would highlight, so you could see some of those and whatnot. And then the name of the game after that was Speed. So we've got 4 Let's Fight Bad Guys. So I could give something +2 speed, give it +2 more to give it 9 speed perhaps, or 8 speed. Or if I sensed they weren't going to really be able to block much, I could just give things +2 speed or hold for that kill was the idea. Then I got 4 copies of Tight-Lipped. It's a 0 foundation that can add damage. The damage would basically be on a kill turn, or if I was kind of doing the math that it would help, or I was going to flip a foundation anyway, or whatever. But really the key to this one was that it was a 1 mid block. That's why I wanted those in there. Again, just trying to block 1 card on defense every turn. If I could just get 1 block in. 3 copies of Latent Skill. This is where it was tricky figuring out how many of these and these, because this can give me card draw, this gives me card draw. Flip this, discard 2 cards, draw 2 cards. So it was kind of, but those were the big things I needed was card draw and speed to get through. Then the card that can really set up a combo, if you can get this card, Long Lasting Explosion in combo. So you put this card down, it gives your next attack, if it's high, +3 speed. If it's mid, it gives it +3 damage. You get this, you get it to go off at maybe 9 speed. Then you drop your Hulking Grimace at 7 speed, and it gets +3, and now it's a 13 damage. And then you can drop this at the end. Or you can play this, pick it up, play it again. It's now a 9 damage attack, and then follow it up here. And next thing you know, you've got 28 damage. Boom. 1 turn. So there was that. I then also had 4 copies of Merciless Rush, so this will combo with this. It's a -1 difficulty. I did play Tetsu, 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 in which case it was a 5 difficulty, and it actually probably would have been good to have somebody to swap it out with. For 5-handers, I didn't anticipate too many 5-handers that I would play, but I did get through it, but this became a 5 check there. It's got an EX2, so again, getting those momentums and being able to pump them into this to get speed, and then if it's blocked, they have to destroy a foundation. So that really kept my opponent in check on games where I couldn't just get a quick kill off, especially going second, where they would then decide to block this, have to destroy a foundation, and it would keep them kind of low on foundations. And then Turn to Dust is the other one that I only have 3 of, and maybe I'd put a 4th in, I'm not sure, especially if I could have swapped some of these out to put more in. I definitely would have gone with 4 of these here. But this has EX2, it has Stun 2, so it's a great opener just to get them slowed down and Stun Grenade, and all of a sudden I can just stun out their board. And then add in snack time, so they just wouldn't even have anything to work with there. And can destroy a foundation. I can destroy a foundation to destroy one of theirs that I stunned. I didn't use that very often, but I did use the lose 2 health, make them take also lose 2 health or destroy a foundation. So I was able to destroy. I wasn't focusing on it, but it was something I could do. I had 2 Excited for Bloods for more card draw and a little bit of healing. Then my main defensive card would be Learning the Standards. So I had 3 copies of Learning the Standards, which when I take an unblocked attack, I can flip it to make their next card be, I'm just going to tuck her up there. Their next card has to be a non-attack. 3 copies of Go for the Win, which could either give me speed or I could destroy it to get more foundations. 3 copies of League Interview that I could then use for the +1 to my check. So if I had this and this, I could automatically make sure I could make a Hulking Grimace right off the bat. And then 4 Surviving the Finals, more speed decrease. So I would just pick that 1 attack that I wanted to defend, and I would get around it. I should line these up a little bit better for you here. Here's my 0 foundations. Here's my attack lineup. My 2s are up here. I'll put these up here so you can basically then see everything. And then for my sideboard, really it was just if I needed more speed. I wasn't sure in play testing, so I had 3 Nervous Habits in there. I didn't know if I necessarily needed a 4th, and I was generally taking away card draw, window shopping, latent speed, or if I was going second, I was pulling out these battle arenas, because I didn't necessarily want to give the other person momentum. So that was kind of the way I was going. I had 4 super regenerations. I didn't end up using them, but that was another way to deal with Learning the Standards, or to deal with taking damage if I wanted to stay alive, which surprisingly with 33 health, it would go quick. I had another League Interview that I could swap in, and then I had 2 Howitzer Impacts, which play really well with the Go for the Wins, or with the Turn to Dust, because I can destroy a foundation, and then this is only a 4 check, and I can destroy another foundation to make it 8 speed with Ochaco's ability. So there you go. That was mine. I guess I made a little bit of a mess here, but hopefully you could follow along. That is my Ochaco Uraraka 2 Death deck, really focusing on what did I add from set 3. She was already pretty powerful to begin with, but worked pretty well. So the main issue I had was when I played Sero as a 5-hand sizer, and he could just get that first block in, then he would just discard the other attack I had in my hand, and it was hard to sculpt to get, 3 in my hand against him. The time I went first, totally ran him over, no issue, but when I had to go second twice, it was a little tricky. But other than that, I was able to take down most of them. So Let me know if this is a deck you've tried, if there's some changes you would make or other things. You can put those in the comments below. But until next time, I'm the Brandt, and I hope you step into the portal.